and I am, almost like at the point of finishing this stream. Before we get to the final reveal, I would like to have Ian with me for one last chat. Of course, it's been a long day. It's been a long day preparing. It's been a long period preparing this event, and there's a lot of energy going on to put together all the builds. I know we talked about the builds earlier on with Ian, putting together the materials and so on, and setting up everything. And we want to thank also the community of players who follow us every week at tea time, but also in other occasions. We have a very solid crew that comes with us every stream we make, and they give us the motivation also to actually do these bigger things. It's a big effort, but we sort of owe the community this kind of thing. And next time, I swear I'll have a chat live so I can answer some of the questions, and it's going to be like more normal than this. But we really wanted to make something that sets the tone for the future Slitherine. So Ian, sorry for having you wait. Welcome back.
Oh yeah, Marco, it's been great. We were talking earlier about delegating and not really knowing everything that's going on. Some of the stuff that got released today I hadn't seen before. The Broken Arrow trailer, that was amazing. I know the game because we did the contract and reviewed everything, signing it up, but then it gets passed on to somebody else to manage, and because there's so much going on, we didn't get a chance to see all the materials. But some of the stuff, the Scramble looks amazing. The trailer for Broken Arrow was awesome. Masters of Magic looked great. The whole atmosphere was just brilliant. What Mover are doing with that, it's really exciting for us to see. Just because there's so much going on, it's informative for us, not just for people outside the company as well. And as you said, really big thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching, because I think the numbers have been pretty good. I think you've got some pretty high viewer numbers coming in from all the restreams, which is really, really positive. And one thing you said about the passion for these games, the reason that these games work and that we can do what we do is that the passion that these teams have. You can't create these teams. You can't come along with a chunk of money and an idea and then create a team from nothing. You need those really talented, passionate people in there, and then you can invest in them when you find them, but you can't create that from scratch. And that's what we focus on doing, finding those people with passion and then giving them the resources to really make their passion come to life.
This is exactly one of the points we want to make. We had something like 50 different Twitch streamers, contributors, content creators hosting us today, hosting our stream, commenting, doing live commentary. Some of these are all-time, friends and people that stream on our channel regularly, and it's impossible to thank them all. But and we also had some bigger channels hosting our stream today. We had the GameStar guys, in Germany, Every Eye Multiplayer, and IGN in Italy, and more. I'm going to forget someone, and somebody is getting very upset now. But it's a testament of how growth is important to us, but also how we want to grow it in a solid way, and being sustainable for us. How is it that after all these years we are releasing or re-releasing Master of Magic? It's unbelievable to me.
It's really exciting. And Master of Magic was such a great game. I spent countless hours playing it. Back then, never dreamed we ever get hold of that license and being able to redo it. And when we did manage to get hold of that, it was a great opportunity. And we were surprised that Atari had misplaced all the source code, so that made things slightly more complicated. But even so, it kind of forced us to redo everything from scratch, which may have been a good thing in the long run. But yeah, some of the opportunities we're having now, success breeds success. Things last few years have been going really well, and it just makes it easier to do things in the future. And so it's a really exciting time.
Now we have one last thing, as they say. One last thing means we are going to announce a game and nothing else. We're not going to say anything else. It's a 1 minute thing you're gonna see now. We were talking about mixing original IPs and new games and licenses. We work pretty successfully with Games Workshop, with Sony Pictures for Starship Troopers. We've worked successfully with NBC Universal. What do you think is the role of a license these days in our industry and for us specifically?
There's a couple of things that the license really does for you. So it gives you that backstory, and it has a nice cohesive world, and so it puts limitations on you because you have to fit with that backstory. But sometimes those limitations force you to be creative and find interesting solutions to problems. And so that whole backstory and that framework that it comes with, and all of those units that exist, for example, because our games all are based around building units and tanks or vehicles or whatever uniforms, that really helps to have a basis for the art team to work from. And then the other thing it obviously does is it gives you an awareness step. When you're doing a game on World War II, people understand what World War II is, and it's easier to sell them a game on World War II than it is to sell them on a period of history they don't know about. And it's the same when you're dealing with a license. That license just gives you that extra awareness. People understand what they're buying into. The press pay more attention. So it's all those kind of things together that really help to make licenses a really valuable kind of tool in the box for us.
Right. So it's the moment to go for this. So before we get to that, and everyone is ready for that. I'm going to run to see what's happening in the chat. But thank you, guys. Thank you, Ian, for joining us again. Thanks, everyone, for making our afternoon very special. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday at tea time. It's going to be a new phase of tea time, I guess, with so many new followers, subscribers, people interested in what we've just announced. And, it's our time to say goodbye and thank everyone for joining us. Make sure you tune in very soon, and I will sure see you at the next Home of Wargamers live showcase. Goodbye.